Hi, this is an explanation for week 1. In week 1, you will introduce yourself to the class. You will read chapter 1 in the textbook, Dynamic Social Studies. You're going to define the qualities of a social studies teacher, and you're going to learn more about what teaching social studies is all about. You're going to create a Betsy Ross star and do some research about Betsy Ross. So I'm going to take you through the steps as I have them here, but you're welcome to do them in any order, and I would suggest that you would start with the group work first, but I'm going to take you sequentially as I have it lined up here. But when you do your own work, I would start with group work and get that done with first, but I will be sharing what that is all about as well. In the introductions part of this first week, you're going to introduce yourself on this Padlet. You're going to add a photo of you and a family artifact, and then you're going to write something about yourself and your artifact, and you're going to comment on 2 of your colleagues' postings. And you're going to try to comment on somebody who's posting who has not received a comment yet, because we're trying to be a very inclusive class. So locate people who you may not know or don't have a comment yet and include a comment on theirs. I'm going to take you to that so you can see what I've done. I have put my picture of myself and my husband on this Padlet, and I told a little bit about myself briefly. And then I also put my artifact, which is a book my grandmother wrote about her life and about a portion of her life when she was teaching in a one-room schoolhouse, which is my favorite part of her book. It's fascinating. It was in the hills of Tennessee, and all that she did to be in this one-room schoolhouse, and the teacher and what she had to go through, and it was just truly fascinating to me. But anyways, you're going to add yours to that, and you're welcome to click on and add a comment to mine if you'd like either one here, or find somebody else, and I will do the same thing. I'm going to go back to the content page. The next folder is the Dropbox. It has the activities explained on the Dropbox, so I'm going to go to that one, and what does come up is at least some details about the Dropbox, which is they're calling an assessment. It has the due date when it's due, which will be in 9 days from usually the very first day that I post this. You have unlimited attempts, and there's 30 points for this part of week 1. It's a total of 50 points, but 20 points will go to the group activity. I'm going to view the assessment, and you can see here what you need to do. So you're going to complete your introduction as indicated in the introductions folder. You may have done that already. You're going to read chapter 1 in the social studies book, and the topic is social studies. The subject you'll teach, pages 2 through 31. And I have actually made a copy of the first book. That's all I can do copyright-wise. So I did do that for you. So in case you don't have the book yet, you don't have to panic. Here is the first chapter. You might have to start panicking the second week, because you will need the book for the second week. So at least try to make sure you can get it before the second week. But I have copied the first chapter. That's here, and you can download that if you'd like. And read that, and then you're going to respond to the following questions in this Dropbox. Qualities of a social studies teacher. What makes a good social studies teacher? What qualities would you expect a successful social studies teacher to demonstrate? What qualities do you currently possess? And which do you think you lack? And which are you in the process of developing? So this is a little introspective about you, a little reflection about you and where you're at currently becoming a teacher. I know you're fairly new. Maybe some of you have just decided to become teachers, and that's fine. I'm not expecting that you know everything about what you need to know to be a teacher, or about yourself as a teacher. So write about that, and you can read the information in chapter 1 about the qualities of a social studies teacher. The last individual activity you will do is to use the following link, which is right here, to create a star without measuring in only one snip. It will show you exactly how you fold the paper and how you will cut it, and you're going to do that. It kind of makes social studies powerful and purposeful in regards to what you can do with kids. Take a photo of your star and post it in this Dropbox. And then you're going to research Betsy Ross, because the star has something to do with Betsy Ross, and I'll let you determine that. And you're going to determine if you found research that you learned about as a kid or as a student, or is this information a little bit different than what you learned about? And there's a reason why I'm asking this. I think sometimes when we have learned our history, it has been whitewashed. It has not been what actually happened. It wasn't authentic. It's been the perspective of the majority culture, and it's not probably always the right, and you're going to find that along the way. And we want to teach kids the truth. We want to teach them what actually happened. It wasn't pretty and as exciting as maybe what you may have learned in the past. So take a look at that, and you can post some of the links to the learning you have and explain that as well. And that is the last independent activity you need to do this week. So we're going to go back. You can then post your work, add your content, you can save and close, you can submit whatever you need to do. And you're going to go back to the group work. And I'm a member of this group, and that's what you're going to see in a minute, but I'm going to take myself out. I have to become a member of this group so that you would be able to see the group work, but I won't actually be a member of your group. But I am put myself in as that so that you could see this. And here is the work for the group. All right, again, the maximum grade is 20 points, so that's 50 altogether for the week. Every week will be 50 points. Here are the group members that happen to be in my group, but again, I will be taking myself out, so I won't be in that group. It needs to be done. You need to participate by 9/2/20, and it's because I want your work in, and that's a Wednesday. I want your work in that folder so that people can take a look. So this might be something you want to do first. Do the group work first. It says each member of the group is to select one topic from the list below from Chapter 1. Reread the pages assigned to that topic. Select one of the choices to complete for the topic selected. Post your work by Wednesday. You are to comment on all of the other members' contributions. So if you have 4 people in your group, you're going to comment on another 3. If there are 5 people in your group, including yourself, you're going to comment on 4. So you're going to pick one of these. You're going to pick either integrative social studies, or the curriculum models, or implementing national and professional social studies standards, or the powerful and purposeful social studies instruction, which I just mentioned earlier with the Betsy Ross star. So you pick one of those. If you have 5 people, 2 people will do the same topic, which is fine. You'll get a little bit different perspective on that. And then what you are to do with your topic, you have some choices. You can pick any of these 5 choices. You can create a virtual, visual, graphic organizer that you will submit. You can create a story or poem. You can research a website to support the topic and explain. You can create a game or any other that's comparable to the above choices. So you have some what I call academic choice here in regards to you can pick the topic you want. You need to let your members of your group know though, because each person has to choose a different topic. If there are 5 people in your group, you will have 2 people completing the same topic, not together, separately with different perspectives from each individual. And then you're going to also put your responses in here as well. And that's your group work for this week. If you have questions about any of this at all, please don't hesitate to ask me. There is no major assignment due this week. It's due week 3. You might want to look ahead. It's the annual pacing schedule. You might want to read about that. Again, I'll see you online.